Hello, welcome to GTech Skills. In this video, I will explain how to create a table visual in Power BI Desktop. So, table is a grid that contains related data in a logical series. So, it will be stored the data in rows and columns. So, you can also include a header for your rows or total for your rows. So, it will work well, but when you are comparing data looking at many values for a particular category. So in that use case, the table will be best suitable. So this is the table visual that I have selected. So once you select it, you can add the columns to your tables. So in this, I am adding a product. For this product, I am adding what is the profit, sale price, gross sales, units sold. I'm also looking at the segment level as well. Yeah. So so if you take up this scenario for a particular product, for a particular segment, I'm looking at different metrics. That is, what is the profit, what is the sales price, and what is the gross sales, what is the number of units sold. So the table is like perfect suitable when you cross verify multiple KPIs for one or two categories. So you can also have total values to your tables. That is the total profit, total sales, total gross sales. So it will auto detect the numeric columns and include the total values for it. So this is the advantage of the table. So there are various formatting options and conditional formatting for these tables that we can see it now. So on the format visuals, the first option is the style presets. So this is by default, we have given as a default. You can go for none, you can go for minimal. So you can see the difference here, the blue lines and the grids color got changed. So you can go for bold header, you can go for alternating rows where you have white and gray as a background. Even these things can be changed in the upcoming options. Alternating rows, contrast alternating rows, and then you have flashy rows. So you have bold header, flashy rows. So where the black as background for your headers and flashy rows as for your values. You have sparse, and then you have condensed. So for example, now I am selecting alternating rows. So here you see it as a white and light gray. So the subsequent options, like you can change this background. So and on the grid, so horizontal grid and vertical grid lines, there are two options. So horizontal grid, like we have given us a gray color, you can change that to the black. That get changed. You can also increase width of your grid lines. So if you see it here, so increasing the grid line size get increased here. So similarly for vertical grid lines also, you can change the background color and increase the width of it. So this is for grid lines. Similarly, the borders you can update it. So you can change that to the black color. Yeah, the borders got updated. Under options, you have row padding and global font size. The font size is the inner value font size. So if you reduce it here, the inner value font size will get reduced. So the row padding is the space. So if you increase it here, like the padding space will get increased, you will have good visuals. So these are the four options that is available under grid. So let us move to the values. So this is where like you can change the background of it. So if you see it here, for the first one, text is black color and the background is white color. So you can change this to light blue. This got changed. The alternate text is black. This you can change it to white, and you can change the your alternate background to black color or whatever you require, etc. So this is how you change your background color and text color for the alternate rows. So on the border you can provide all the options, frame, left and right. So all those borders are available for the values. So values is nothing but your inside values here, not the whatever configurations that you are providing under values will not affect your header and total values. So this is the column headers. So column headers, you can change the font size, you can change the text background, alignment, everything you can change it here as part of your text. Under options, you can auto size width. So if you give the auto size width, like based upon your table size, the column header will adjust it to it. So border you can give like whatever border you require, a frame or a bottom only, whatever border you can give. So this is for the column headers. So similarly, you can do it for the total. So you can rename whatever value you want as part of your total. You can also disable it if you don't need it. So similar to the values, you can change the text and the background of it. You can update the border as well for the total values. So this is for the specific column. So this is in the previous Power BI desktop version, like this will call as conditional formatting. So in the latest release, they have included under the specific column. So in this option, what you can do is like you can apply a conditional formatting for a particular column. So for the product column, you can apply only to the values. If you want to update to total to header as well, you can include that. So for example, if you see it here, for the product, I'm updating the background as light blue. So if you see it here, it got updated here. So I have not included to the header. So if you enable this, this will get applied to the header as well. So similarly, this will apply to the total as well. So this will serve you conditional formatting for a particular series for the column. So you can select any of the column and then you can update what needs to be updated here, and then you can change the column and alignment based on the requirement. So this is for the cell elements. So cell elements is where you can change your background color, font color based upon your each column. So for example, for the profit, I'm going to change the font color based on the values. So I'm enabling this, and then this is nothing but the expression, the conditional formatting. So here like you will have three values: gradient, rules and field value. So if you give gradients, you can apply for the lowest and highest value, and in the middle you will have this basic coloring. So that is how like gradient works. So this will get applied to three different levels: values only, values and totals only. So what similarly to the column values that we see previously, you can apply to values only, values and totals only. So that is for the gradient formatting style. So under rules, like it is like based upon the values that you get. So here you will have two options, percent and number. So if you give percent greater than 0 and less than, for example, 65,000, you can change the font color to yellow. Okay, you can see it here. The rule is if it is greater than 0 and less than 65,000, the font color will change to yellow. So I'm giving OK here. See this. For this particular field, the font color got changed. Similarly, you can do it for the background as well. So For all of the conditional formatting, you will have these three options: gradient, rules, and field value. So you can select based upon any field value. So in this, like, it will depend upon the other field where you can update this one. For example, we are going to update the background of profit based upon the country column. So country we have not taken here. So we can include the sales. So this field value can only work on the varchar field. So you can include this segment. So only for the first segment, the background color will get changed. Yeah. So this is how, like, you can do a conditional formatting for each of your cells based upon your data or based upon your different column values. You can do one conditional formatting. So you can select like which column you want to achieve it, and then you can do it. Yeah. So the general property just remains same across for as we did it for the other visuals. You can enable titles or effect background effects that you can do it. So this is how you create a table visuals in Power BI desktop. So you can do a conditional formatting based upon each columns. You can view key KPIs for a particular category or one or two categories based upon the requirement. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.